Hello, welcome to Bagre TV. If you are new here, please subscribe and turn on the notifications so you don't miss our next video. Top 9 countries colonized by France. France was one of the strongest powers in the world in the 17th century. The obtainable practice then was countries trying to show off the strength of their armies by warring against others, conquering and taking over the affairs of the conquered countries. France was not left out of this venture of conquest. Most European countries at that time competed with each other for economic reasons. France competed with Portugal and Spain, and later on, Britain. France had colonial possessions from the beginning of 17th century to 20th century. It is said that in the 19th and 20th century, the only country that could brag about having a bigger colonial empire was the British Empire. France colonized so many parts of the world, from the North Atlantic, the Caribbean, the Indian, South Pacific, South America, and Africa. In the 20th century, France started facing a lot of oppositions as most colonies wanted freedom, and this led to wars because France was not ready to hear the word freedom. Some of the notable wars are those that took place at Algeria and Vietnam. Truth be told, France's relationship with its colonies had a lot of positives, possibly because of the policies they used in administering their colonies. We will be looking at top 9 countries colonized by France. It's going to be fun, we promise. Number 9, the Dominican Republic. It is a country in the Caribbean located in the islands of Hispaniola and shares boundaries with Haiti. It is the second largest country in the Caribbean after Cuba, with Spanish as its official language. This country of over 10 million people was one time a French colony. France lost this colony in 1806 during the Napoleonic Wars in what was known as Battle of Santo Domingo. Number 8, Haiti. It is a Caribbean country formerly known as Haiti. It occupies the western 3/8 of the island, which it shares with Dominican Republic. French is its official language as it is known as République de Haiti. France took control of Haiti in 1660. It was one of the richest French colonies, producing a vast amount of sugar and coffee. Number 7, Senegal. This West African country that shares boundaries with Mauritania, Mali, Guinea, and the Gambia was once a colony of France. There are footprints of France in this country as its official language is French, and most of its citizens are French citizens. The conquest of Senegal by the French started from 1659 as they established Saint Louis of Senegal, followed by the capture of the island of Gorée from Dutch in 1677. Number 6, Tunisia. Protectorat Français de Tunisie was established in 1881 during the colonial era. The French reign lasted until 1956. The French, on arriving to Tunisian soil, took over its international duties and made several improvements in the areas such as transport, infrastructure, industry, public health, and administration. Number 5, Algeria. It is unofficially known as Algeria Française. The French began the invasion of this country in 1830 and lasted until 1962. From 1848, the whole of Algeria was administered as an integral part of France. This was in line with the French policy of assimilation. Algeria in history is the longest held French colony. As time went by, there was dissatisfaction among the Muslim population as they did not have any economic or political relevance. The unrest grew and broke out as the Algerian War in 1954. The majority of Algerian population wanted political autonomy. The war ended in 1962 when Algeria gained independence following the March 1962 Evian Agreement and July 1962 self-determination referendum. Number 4, Brazil. A lot of people are not aware that a part of Brazil was a French colony. France Antarctique was a French colony south of the equator in Rio de Janeiro, which existed between 1555 and 1567. The French had complete control over the coast from Rio de Janeiro to Cabo Frio. In 1567, the colony was destroyed by the Portuguese. Number 3, India. The French establishment in India included Pondicherry, Karikar, Mai on the Malabar coast, Tandinagar in Bengal, and Yanaon. French India was known as Establishment Français des Indes. France occupied this part in the second half of 17th century. and were de facto incorporated into Dominion of India in 1950 and 1954. Number 2. China. The Great China had a part as French colony. Surprised? Guazhangwan was a small enclave on the southern coast of China. It was administered as an outlier of French Indochina in the 19th century. It was taken over by Japan in February 1943, and also Shanghai experienced some form of French influence in the late 19th and 20th century. Number 1. Canada. This country happens to have one of the fastest growing economies in the world. It was once a French colony. The King of France in 1535, during the second voyage of Jacques Cartier, claimed Canada as a French colony. The word Canada at this point refers to the territory along the St. Lawrence River, then known as the Canada River, from Grosse Island into the east to points between Quebec and Three Rivers. Although this territory had greatly expanded by 1600, Great Britain attacked the French in the war known as the 70 Years' War, defeated them and their allies, taking possession of Canada. It was the Treaty of Paris in 1763 that ended the squabble as France renounced its claim on Canada in exchange for other colonies. Wow, it's been quite an intriguing moment with us, right? What is your take on new colonialism? Let us know in the comment section. If you like this video, please share and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.